I had a bunch of snacks earlier.
No, we were supposed to say.
Yeah, we're doing the.
Here we are live. The St. Louis Astros. What?
St. Louis Astros
Versus the St. Louis Rockies. Blake Spencer on the mound, coming in at 5'8", 145. Favorite animal is an alien, I believe.
And
What do you think about
he
that?
has seen a UFO, folks. So you never know what's going to happen.
He's probably been probed by one too. So.
Oh, that is not
right.
appropriate for the live stream. We have John Light joining us. I am myself,
Gold
Matt
hands, what?
Germer, here with Brett Spencer, and Cam takes advantage of an early error by Kinney and swipes a second bag, and now we have Cole coming up to the plate.
Yeah,
That was just a heads-up play by Mr. Cam there. I think everyone on our team would have done the same thing, but the Rockies were just not paying attention. Mental mistake.
yeah,
Can't
you,
do that.
You can't have those. You can't give them up. And usually BK's pretty sure-handed, and that one's right back to Blake. And Blake has pitched well. He shut down the Braves earlier.
Pitching well is one thing, but pitchers who can field the position, that's another thing altogether. And he just did that right there.
Yeah.
So, Brett, what are the Rockies looking out of from Blake here? Obviously, he is their number 2 now that you have left the team. What is he throwing?
He seems to have one, just slider pitch.
And that comes in at about 55, 50,
It's right around-
52.
Yeah, I'd say right between 50 and 55.
And it looks like we have the statisticians have made a couple errors, and there's a bit of confusion here.
We're gonna blame that on
From the
Skibbies.
Skibby team.
Yeah, it's on Gus. We like Gus, so we can let it go.
So John, we just lost again to the Astros. That was kind of a rough day.
It's been frustrating that we have not hit as well as we had the rest of the year against the Astros. Because if we hit like we had in other games, these are not even close. But
For All-Star game.
We did hit the Brewers very well, which it's weird. They started strong,
In your division, not on
and
your team.
Astros
Okay.
are not supposed to be the best pitching team, but they have shut us down for what, 2 games, 2 runs,
2
something like
games,
that.
and Keaton Adam rips one, and Cam's trying to get
he's
home.
not on anyone's team.
Oh, very close play. I think Blakester may have missed him.
It's got to be behind. He's safe.
It looks like we have a little more confusion here.
He was in the dirt. He's got to be behind.
Oh, for the.
Yeah, you can't hit it
A
from
little
dirt.
bit of confusion here, and in steps.
So he can't throw it at me.
He can throw it from grass. He can throw it at the mat.
In the dirt, he can't throw it at me though. Is that what you're saying?
He can throw it at you.
Oh.
This is a live look in.
He completely missed, and
Yeah.
luckily got that, but he has to do it in the grass.
Got it.
But,
Oh, 100%. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
That's an interesting rule.
You just got lucky and hit that too.
Yes, I think Sam just made that rule up,
I don't
folks.
understand on that. So like he's not anyone.
We don't know what just happened. We're gonna have to check down on the field from our reporter.
Yeah, we'll have to check
In
the
my
record books
division,
there and
not in my.
see what Sam's got.
So
I'm not sure. That's an interesting
Braves.
Astros,
Oh, what's this?
And in steps Jeremy Warnell. He's a big up-and-comer prospect.
Jimmy, you voted. Evan voted. Yeah. Brett, you voted, right?
Hit 2 home runs last game, and I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna have to apologize for Sam ruining the live stream.
Just tell him what you want.
He's just
He's
disruptive.
just talking off air while he's actually on air.
I know you did too.
And
though.
so do we.
You voting for
Jeremy?
Andre? I'm thinking about this.
Oh, and the speed does not pay off for Jeremy there. He comes in at a 20 out of 80 on the scouting scale for speed.
I'd rather get the play.
I called you safe.
And really, when Jeremy hits the ball, he needs to hit it over the fence, or he won't be at first base until next week with those wheels that he's using.
Blake, did you guys all vote?
Even if he does hit over the fence.
After this game.
And Jimmy says that.
Just your division or everybody?
It's in your division, not in your team.
Oh, that was the one I was
And then
thinking about.
Hall of Fame votes.
I don't think Bertram left.
He needs to show up. Is that fair of me to say, or is
Yeah,
that a jerk move?
he was actually
I'm asking
signed.
you.
No,
Don't tell me. Like, what,
no, I think he needs to come back and play.
We are on the
Be
live stream
around.
here,
That's all right.
gentlemen.
Well,
well, hopefully he hears it.
and meet some people. Yeah, maybe Birch was listening, but he probably is not. Either way, he was going to be back this year. If the Royals had their team, he was signed for the Royals.
Why didn't he play in the Braves?
Interesting pitch there.
So I'm not sure why they did what they did. I guess Sam thought it would be cleaner to move Cole over to the Astros to play with his brother Cam, and then since a couple of the A's weren't going to be able to play, so they would have folded, and then the Royals would have came in. I guess they could have had the Royals and the Marlins, but they just decided to combine the Royals and the A's and give the Marlins a shot. But it would have been neat to see Jeff Burchett back.
Yes, very neat indeed.
Kind of like bringing Andy back.
Correct. Nice to have those celebrities.
There is one other player I'd like to see come back.
Trade of Luke Vaculus and Marlins.
Who else would you like to see back, John?
Oh, I don't want him to play. I just want him to show up for the weekend. And that'd be Andrew Light.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that.
And in fact, in honor of Andrew Light, I am clearly wearing his hat from middle school. As you look at the label,
AL.
AL. This is his from the 6th or 7th grade.
I mean, that
Found
is
it
a
in my
sweet
parents'
hat,
basement and wore it this weekend.
Would you like to get that in front of the camera there, John?
That's
Really
pretty
give everyone
awesome.
a look.
And I'm hoping that it brings some positive luck
Is
to our
that
friend Kevin.
peanut butter and jelly stain on there or not? No, it does not
It's pretty
look like it
clean.
is.
He rarely wore it. I'm just going to twist it around for our friends at home here. Yeah.
Looks good. Looks good.
I thought that an Andrew Light hat would bring some positive juju to Kevin today, as we were all voting for Hall of Fame. So
The announcements are coming. Yeah, this is the Hall of Fame voting day, and Kev has made a push this year with his videos and his signs.
I'm glad you brought that up. It's clear that I am very biased in this, so I will admit to the viewing audience that I have an agenda on this issue. And we're not going to find out until tomorrow, I believe, what the final outcome is. But to the voting members of the league who may or may not be watching, it's time. Is what it is. I think a vote for Kevin is a vote for
Freedom.
history and freedom.
Yeah,
and Bald Eagle and all that.
All the good stuff, and this is Kevin's year. We really believe this is it. He's gone all out, and I think if we can ever talk Andrew into coming back, maybe he'll be around enough to someday get in if he can come back.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Andrew did his part, and his part was his part, and it's not Hall of Fame worthy. And with as much due respect to him as is needed, Kevin's a guy who hung around for 18 years, or the most of them. I found out not even Sam is perfect for 18 for 18. Did you know he missed a year?
I did remember that. I don't remember why, but I do remember he was gone a year.
In the 18 years of this league, no single player has played in all 18, which is incredible to me.
That is pretty impressive. And you think, Sam or Gus have to be those ones, but it's weird that Sam, took a year. He was out of town for a year doing something, but.
And despite that, Mr. Wheatucker, he's a selfless manager. He's number 7 all time in at-bats. And he missed a couple years. So he's been around and done his part in this league.
That's right. You're right. He's selfless. He lets us do most of the batting, most of the pitching, most of the fielding as well. He pushed all the right buttons in that overtime home run derby win. That.
So from an old timer to a new timer, this is Matt Patterson's brother, which is kind of crazy to think about. I haven't seen Matt Patterson in 15 years, and he jacks one.
He is front runner for Rookie of the Year at this point. He hit a huge game-tying 2-strike bottom of the 5th game-tying home run off of Sam Skibby in the Braves game.
So you're saying he has ice water in the veins?
Exactly.
If he has veins, it could just be arteries. Way to dig, Brita.
So is Blake using anything in his hair on the front, or is that just a natural look that he's going with up there? It looks like he may have put a curl on the
He
front.
does a little loop-de-loop on the front, I think, with a little paste or something.
Blake Spencer, one of the best hitters in the league, proud resident of Brentwood Forest, has 2 cats that he calls dogs.
Is that legal?
Yes, it is not legal, but the feds have not came and gave him a citation for that yet.
Question for you, Germ. Are the batting gloves necessary?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But when you are a player like Blake, where you're extremely injury prone, you have to put all precautions in place that are needed. I heard last year he got a callus on his hand and got knocked out for a game.
As he turns on that, but you know, you don't see many players wearing batting gloves during wiffle ball, but it obviously works for Blake.
It works, but I don't know if they're actually doing anything.
I tend to think that Blake's a good enough player. If he had no gloves, he'd do just as well. Like
Wow.
that. He would do that without gloves. That's my thought on Blake.
I agree, but sadly, we may never know.
We will never know.
In steps Brian Kinney, struck out looking in his first at bat. Interesting release port there from Jeremy Warnell. It almost as if they imported him from Japan with that release point. Any thoughts on that, fellas?
He does not look like he came from the West, the far West.
Okay, well that is the East.
The Far East?
That is correct. I think America is in the Western Hemisphere. Japan. Oh,
Yeah, the far west would be California.
And that goes
correct.
over.
That is correct.
So the deep East, you're saying?
Yes. Let's move on past that. What year were those shoes made that Brian Kinney has on? The Pumas.
Well, I'll set the over-under
Been a while.
at 2007.
2007. I would agree. I think he was a Parkway West, or is he a Parkway
He's a
South?
South guy.
Okay, and those are the Parkway South colors. Am I correct on
I
that?
do believe that's right.
So
red, white, and blue.
I think by putting 2 and 2 together, those were probably some high school cleats from 2008.
He's going over. What say ye?
I'd say over.
Okay, we'll have to ask him after the game. I don't know what the answer is. We don't know what the answer is. We just
Let me grab that.
setting arbitrary over-unders here.
Looks like Jeremy Warnell has not purchased an Astros jersey yet.
I cannot believe that he got a chase at that pitch right there. Does it again.
Oh, and gets him with the Eufus.
So we are not inviting Patterson to the slow pitch softball team. That is for sure.
Correct. Interesting blue suit that Patterson has on today. Any thoughts on the strategy behind that?
The strategy behind what?
He probably got the late call up and just had to get dressed today.
Okay, so
Is that
we're
a fair
thinking
answer?
maybe an alarm clock miss.
Just threw on whatever he had.
And just had whatever he had there got put on.
This wind, man, it is rough. Very windy.
Comes in spurts. I think it makes it even tougher. It's not constant.
Yeah, you might get stuck on the mound and have the wind blowing out for a couple minutes, and then that, and then it's the opposite way.
What do you know about getting stuck on the mound with a hard wind, Brett? Did that happen to you in the last game, or?
You know, there's a little bit of wind, but I'm not going to blame the wind. I hung quite a few to Keaton and Jeremy, which really, I mean, if you shut down Cam and Cole, you're expected to win. But Keaton and Cam picked up the slack, unfortunately. So it is what it is, and we are now 3-4, but we're still very much in the playoff hunt.
Very much in the playoffs. Got to win with some tough matchups coming up.
Yeah. Big Rockies game later, Twins, and then the Braves tomorrow morning.
So we are playing these Rockies here in a little bit, and it's going to be
Wow.
a home run for sure. That did not go
No,
over.
that did not go over, and Brita went flying over the fence there.
So he misjudged that one. He jumped over the fence and the ball came up short. Is that embarrassing or not?
I would say that would be
I
embarrassing.
think so too.
Yeah, it's a tad embarrassing.
A little bit of a questionable play there from
That
Brita.
one's a tough one to tell. That one came off that hand.
I'm not saying I would have done it. I might have done it.
Folks, we've got about 75 mile per hour winds. I have the radar gun out. That wind gust was 67 miles per hour.
I had it at 2 miles an hour more than that. Giggity.
Oh, and Blake
That
uses the
missed.
wind to his
That
advantage.
missed by an inch and a half.
inch and a half. But just think, if it was an inch and a half the other way,
It was 2 inches.
it would have missed completely.
Both measurements are huge in my opinion.
And we're gonna have to leave out anything Jimmy
That's
says.
good. I like that one.
We apologize for the kiddos watching out there.
The discipline out of this hitter is pretty uncanny because those are close pitches.
The second member of the Astros
Another close one.
that does not have an Astros jersey, do we think the Astros are the poorest team in the league?
That team full of vagrants.
All right, a super hot hitter coming up here. He is on fire right now.
He really is. He hit me well. And he already has a home run this game, I believe.
So
And
what
his
is
bases,
the,
he's got men on first and second. So that is something.
And he's got
that is-
Wow.
He is locked in at the plate right now. He is carrying our team.
Now he is clearly the day's MVP for the Astros, and it's not even close.
No, close second. Jeremy has pitched a few good games and hit a few bombs. Cole and Cam have been relatively quiet, which was expected to be their two main hitters.
Yes, it's really Keaton, also known as Mr. Miyagi with his headband, and Jeremy that have been doing the damage. Do we think that Jeremy ironed his tag up this morning to make sure that was sticking out of his jersey?
I'm less concerned about that. More concerned about his beard taking care of.
Correct. So from what
Beard
I've
trimming.
heard
he might have
is
trimmed the beard this morning.
once the beard hits a certain length, he's going to be donating that to Locks of Love.
You know, it's a very charitable cause.
Yes, and you've
For
got
sure.
to...
I thought he picked up foul.
Jeremy may be out of the baseline there. Look
He
at the
did not have
wheels.
the angle. He's safe.
Look at the wheels from Jeremy.
If we're calling that a fair ball, he's on third.
Runs from the fence in the outfield to second base.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
Warned you about your
Right.
tag.
If he said foul, I would have believed him, but
Blake knows it was fair. He's not even looking for a coverage. He knows that was a fair ball.
And Blake is confused about the rules
He's
again.
further admitting that it was a fair ball.
now
Yes.
just wants to know what,
Yeah,
what is a
he
foul.
knows what he should have done.
It seems like we have to reteach the rules to Blake every single year, and he never remembers them. Why is that?
That's a good question.
Oh, that's popped up.
But
Kenny.
Mr. Surehands, and that was a decent, I'll give it a decent pump fake over there from
Yeah.
Morel, who impressed me with his wheels from first to third.
Yes.
You did not expect him to take advantage, the two base advantage after that throw by
He
Blake.
might need some oxygen. He's on his hands or on the knees over there.
Oh,
Keep an eye on that for later. He's pitching, remember. So
That's true. That could wear him out.
he could
Maybe,
be out of breath. The
maybe-
play is Kenny, and that's an out.
Do we think that was
Inning
strategy
over,
there
no
by
run,
Blake?
and he is winded. So keep an eye on that, guys.
Jeremy run the extra 2 bags to wear him down next inning while he's on the mound.
Yeah,
it pays off.
That's a lot of strain.
It does
you know?
pay off. The run does not score. Jeremy's gas now.
It's only
Uh,
bottom 2, I
I
think.
think it's 3-0. And I made that up, folks. So
Michael Patterson has a home run. Blake,
He's got a
what's the
donger.
score?
5-4.
Who? 5-4. Not.
So Germer was not close. 5-4, not 3.
correct. That is
5-4.
Us.
5-4 Rockies, and this is bottom 2, I believe. So this is quite the slow game so far.
I was
Instead,
laughing at his shorts, by the way. Not
Rita
not
filter.
Short. Rita here.
You should have seen the Yankees earlier had pinstripe shorts, and it was pinstripe pants. They cut into shorts, and they were short shorts. Like Gerber and I kind of think they were ladies' pants.
Where'd they go?
they left.
Yeah, their last game of the day was our first game of the day, so they were done
Correct.
after the 2:15, 2:30 game. But you gotta think, that's that's Sam just kind of messing with the Expos a little bit. You know, giving us a late start on Sunday is nice, but putting us up against the Yankees have had 4 games in a row. Although we did pull the win out, so we will take that.
I talked about this yesterday on the air with Pete, and my overall grade of our schedule is a solid A. The no Friday was also tough, but fair. I mean, it's he only brought 3 teams out, and to not be one of those was fine for us. I think we're a team that doesn't need Friday games to get going.
One Friday game, then one not of the completely inebriated Saturday night fiasco.
But only one of us is inebriated, Jimmy, and every team that played Friday played 2 games. So, you know, I don't think we want to do Friday. I think the 5 yesterday was a good start for us. The 2 o'clock kickoff for Dispose was much appreciated, I gotta say.
Yeah, the one downside is now we have 4 games. We had 4 games in a couple hours.
Lake got it.
Shot at
I
2-run
knew that was a
home run.
well-placed MVP vote. He is proving me right.
And that puts them up 7-4, I believe, bottom 2. But yeah, you're right. The only downside is that we do have 4 games in about 5 or 6 hours tonight, and then we play early 7:15 tomorrow.
And then we're with
Hopefully
another.
we can talk Sam into.
I think we're a team that can handle. We're a mature team that can handle the 4 games on Sunday afternoon. If we can't, then we shouldn't be here.
That's why we have a bigger roster. People can step up.
And the 7:15 on Monday is you know, if the other schedule's so great, you probably deserve that game. So I'm not even that mad about it, even though it's going to be an early alarm tomorrow, and I will feel like garbage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a foul.
For sure.
Ball.
I was sore this morning, and tomorrow's going to be even worse.
I woke up this morning, Brett, and counted my aches and pains, and I lost count at about 12. It all hurt.
Still no.
Alright.
Second inning, you say, huh?
Bottom 2, 7-4.
You can bet he's going to see another high, slow one coming up here, right?
Oh, was that a curveball?
You would think
or
so.
He's going to lob this one in here right now. Here it comes.
You think he's going to go back to the 30-mile-per-hour?
I do. He's going to go back to the well here sometime soon. And that's actually a compliment to Mr. Patterson here, who has been hitting bombs all weekend.
Yes, he has.
There
Just
it
like
is.
that.
Just as John predicted.
Jeremy is having some trouble finding the strike zone here, so the Rockies can pile on and continue their hitting here. So 7-4, bottom 2. Rookie of the Year candidate Mike Patterson up.
Laying off that one's a veteran move, because that was a good-looking pitch.
So we play next? I don't know.
I believe we have 1 game between this and ours.
Game after.
We have 2 and hopefully 3, but I don't know if the sun's going to hold out for us to actually play that Sunday game.
We'll just have to mercy rule the Rockies and the Twins to make time for it.
That would help.
Yeah.
Sam said he would listen to our appeal, so that's all we could ask.
Rita takes a swing.
Looking like
and
it's his
plays at it.
first swing in the SWBL there. That was not his best. He's done better in the past.
Good take there.
Pulling those shorts up for good measure. Just make sure.
And pushes it to right.
And that's going to be a double.
drop.
That's going to be a double, and it's over.
Oh, wow.
As a home run?
No,
Under the
that's-
went
limbs
under
of
the
the
fence.
tree?
I think it went under the fence.
I think
Okay.
it rolled under the fence. That's a ground rule double, and that scores a run, makes it 8-4.
And it brings up probably their best hitter, I would say,
Oh yeah,
Yes.
most feared hitter
in a
for
big
sure.
spot.
And an open base on first. So you think Jeremy's going to be pretty careful with him.
I think Jeremy is fearless.
Yes, Jeremy doesn't know where the ball's going, so it's hard for him to pitch around someone.
I think he seems a little frustrated now. Right?
Yeah, he's had a few issues finding the strike zone. So
That pitch might get a rookie like Patterson, but it's not going to get a vet like Blake Spencer.
No, absolutely not. Oh, and he's
I
struggling a
think
little
that
bit
makes it
here.
5-0.
I believe it's 5-0, and the question here is, if you're Blake, how badly do you want it versus passing the torch off to Brian Kinney? That's 6.
I think Blake's gonna have to look to drive
Blake,
these
you know
runs
Blake
in
wants
here.
Like,
Oh,
Savvy vet move there.
Yeah.
good swing, stay alive.
That's impressive. It wasn't the one he wanted, So he passed on it. 6-1. Not a lot of strikes in there.
Blake wearing the sunglasses when it's not sunny at all out here right now.
Questionable move. I agree,
Yes.
Gurm. That's
It does. Yeah, I took them off when I was batting. It was messing with my vision. But then on the mound, when the sun comes up, the sun comes out, you need that.
Oh, just
So,
missed.
right one there, misses barely, but it is now bases juiced.
They got that here from Kinney.
This is a big AB
This is when
early in the game.
they could
here.
bust it open and basically end the Astros season, right? Right here. I believe they're 3-5. A 6th loss is not what they need.
No,
No.
your maximum that you could do is 4 and 6. It's not bad, but
It is bad.
it's tough because that could be enough to grant a playoff berth, but it probably will not. I think the magic number is 5 and 5.
5 and 5 to make the playoffs, huh?
This year it seemed
Oh,
to
and
be
Kenny!
Grab
the bucket!
Lemmy!
Almost hits the bucket. Big hit.
grand slam.
And Jeremy throws a
Jeremy is
97-mile-an-hour heater into the neighborhood.
And BK knocks Jeremy out of the game. That'll be it.
I want to go back to Blake's at bat. Blake didn't swing at garbage and purposely loaded the bases for his teammate, Brian Kennedy, to come up and do that. What say you? I say that's a very impressive veteran.
I say that is the Rockies formula. BK takes one of the most pitches in the league. And I know sometimes it doesn't work out with the first pitch strike, but they work the counts and they get on no matter how. But that was you're right.
He must have known that if I pass the torch here, my teammates are going to pick me
You
up.
just have to have confidence in the next guy up, and he got on.
Pick him up, they did.
So that puts it. I think it's 12-4. I believe they scored 7 that inning
Well,
at
they
least.
just 7 run them because it's over now. We're on to the top of the 4th.
3. I think it's top 3. 12.
This is the slowest
3.
game in the history of SWBL.
This is a brutal one to announce. There we go. It's a little quicker now.
He got him. That's why they
12-4, top 3, 1 out.
and that's why he gets the
Is
gold
this
hand. So we haven't seen
Benware's
Benware bat in a while.
first at bat here?
Well, they put him in here.
Father of
Did
2.
he go in for Worrell, and how will that play out with the team dynamic here?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. It seemed like Jeremy was a little perturbed by how his day ended on the mound there. So manager's got to take him out, and we'll see if Benware can pick him up.
As we've talked about, it's go time. It's kind of important this game to drop the big ball. So
Yeah, this would be pretty big.
or
'Cause
a big ball, whatever it is.
I mean, I think you're right.
Benware making himself look like a genius.
Wow. And
Manager
pays
move
off.
that pays off.
So the question is now, why didn't he start?
It's a good question. That's a very good question. I guess they wanted Jeremy to pitch, but he could have also DH'd for Jeremy. So you never know. Benwell does like to get his guys at bats. He's very selfless. But, if you're hitting bombs like that, put yourself in the lineup.
That'll bring it 2-1 here.
That wind is wreaking havoc with the pitches. Those are tough.
Oh, a very close pitch there from Blakester.
Ooh. And tough one to take for Cam.
4-1.
Interesting bat wiggle here from Cam. Almost the Gary Sheffield approach.
The hip swiggle there too is also a questionable
Correct.
move. I don't know what that's about.
He's a bit of a flashy player.
6-1. A lot of enthusiasm, you would say?
Yes.
for sure.
He loves wiffle ball more than his own mother.
7-1. If it's a ball, does he give the courtesy swing to get one that he can hit? That's the real question. Or is he going to take the walk? He takes the strike, and he knew it. He knew it when that ball was less than halfway there, and he still let it go past because it's not the one he wanted.
Yeah.
I think he did want that one.
And he
And
Takes it
Blakester!
looking with some darts.
Wow.
Blake paints
What a
the corner
pitch
for
from
2
Blakester.
strikes in a row.
And Blake showing no emotion whatsoever as his personality indicates.
Does Blake have emotion?
I do not believe
He could
so.
be a robot, for all we know. I mean, all I know, my parents brought him home one day, and he never showed emotion since, other than crying as a baby.
Blake is an emotionless human being.
But him and Jimmy are bonded. They were softball outfield players. Then they both saw the UFO that they claim existed. They're very,
We don't claim anything. We saw it.
they claim it. They're the only ones who saw it. So I mean, you're claiming it, right? Claim you saw it.
It's high and it's going to get down, but
So
it's not a home run.
Not a
It is
home
in play. He wisely holds it one.
We're going to say this. Jimmy and the umpire did say something. So Jimmy and Blake and the umpire all said something about the outfield UFO that who knows?
What if you ever come across a trustworthy softball umpire? Is the real question. I never
That's
have.
a very good
That is a good question. This guy was
So
probably
I trust Jimmy, and you say it's Blake who saw it? I
and
trust
Blake.
those guys, but the umpire, he's
Kev
out.
almost takes one in the face behind the.
Kev almost takes one to the face, not paying attention back here.
Well, in his defense, he's in the zone thinking about his moves for the next couple games here. So
True. He's done a great job of pushing his the manager buttons lately. So
actually, the team has given him not many buttons to push, but he is trying to push all that he can.
Who's the manager of the Rockies?
Blake and then kind of BK is like the assistant, I suppose. And you know, it's a new look Rockies. I'm not there, and Grant is not going to be playing
Rita filter
this
slapped
weekend.
him down the line.
All right, he's going to round third.
Look at the
He is
wheels.
there. He is there. Oh, I got a bad angle.
No, you're back.
They're saying I'm wrong.
Oh,
Yes,
it
I
was
believe
difficult to
John
tell.
is wrong.
He was right at the edge. I'm not sure. Germer's head was in the way, so we're going to default to whatever the player.
BK sent him back, so I guess we'll trust his better. He has a better angle than I do.
Benware seems to be involved in a bit of controversy all the time. Is that a strategy or is that his personality?
I don't know. You know, Ben, where are you? Being a little
Little feisty this weekend.
feisty,
Do you think it's the stress at home with the children? Doesn't he have a couple newborns possibly?
I believe he does. Yeah.
Yes, that's got to be what it is.
He does.
And he has a lot of desire to make the Astros great again. And he really wants to win. And so it seems that he.
See, we were
following
talking,
it.
and
if
they
Kenny-
pitch out of it.
If Kenny would have ran that out, he might have been safe there.
So that will bring us, I believe.
Oh yeah, thank
I
you.
believe that's top four. Rockies are up. Not sure the exact score, but they are up.
At least 12 to 4.
Yeah, it's quite a few. I don't think they got any of that. You guys 5?
The Astros
12-5 then, I
have
think.
I think Benware may have just given themselves an extra run, but I'm not sure.
I think the extra run was the home run that he hit last inning. That's what it was.
yeah.
Well, he jacked that ball
doesn't
down
want
there
us
quite a bit.
Doesn't want us to forget his home run.
Yes.
I couldn't forget that if I wanted to.
Oh, very close pitch there from Blake. Almost paints that top corner, and Cole swings to waste. Wow, what a rip. He really got around on that one.
Missile.
Don't know if I've ever seen this back grip. Oh, and that's an out.
Not the guy you want to hit one to like that.
No, not at all.
And that brings up the Astros' hottest hitter, Keaton Adams. And Benware, while we got you here, what goes through your mindset taking Jeremy out of the game and putting yourself in there?
He's struggling a little bit with his accuracy, with the wind being a factor in this game. And while I have a lot of trust in Jeremy, this is probably the most patient team at the plate in the league.
And that one is lost. Now,
I gotta
when you're
go.
done with that,
Good luck.
we want your thoughts on your clearly team MVP, Keaton, later. So come back and talk to us, all right?
But he said the exact same thing we were saying, is that it looked like Jeremy was losing the location of his pitches, and then you know, wind and everything from there. So makes sense he gave up 12 or so in the first 2 or 3 innings.
That is correct. And Jeremy can also overheat. It's like a dog playing fetch. He can overheat. He just goes full throttle.
Yeah, he actually doesn't sweat. He doesn't sweat. He pants.
Yes, he's a panther. That is correct. Oh, and Benware.
Oh,
Rita filter.
man, he
Oh,
tried.
defense
Goes for
again.
it.
I got to give him credit for trying.
Yeah.
2 for 2 with 2
Just-
home runs.
Just too high.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just too
what
good
did
of a
you
hit.
want to know?
Yeah, your team MVP right now, clearly, in my opinion, is Keith.
Up and coming star. The guy's a friggin' rock. He settled into a nice role, almost that Sam Bakula role for us, that extra hitter role. He can pitch, but with our rotation this year and how good they've been playing, it's hard to find innings for him. We have him in an emergency, but we're really thrilled with him. You almost consider moving him up in the lineup, but at the same time, he's really got a nice groove at that 3-hole too.
He's developed
so,
a nice role there, which I can understand.
Yeah,
Don't
you don't
wanna mess
really
with-
want to mess with it too much when
you
it's
don't
that
want to
hot.
mess with what he's doing, and
So-
he seems to be
Yeah,
locked
unlike
in.
what I did to Cam, tell him to fucking hold on 7-1, and then he
Yeah.
gets a strike. That was my fault.
And those 2 in a row, those were painted,
go, Cam.
painted pitches.
Yeah.
Those were.
He had unfortunately, Blake had thrown about 5 pretty crazy pitches that were not even close to the strike zone before that. We had a strike to work with, so I told him to hold, and unfortunately threw it literally right down the middle.
He throws
So-
2 strikes after that, which
Yep.
is, again, I think, a testament to the veteran ability of
Good eye.
Blake.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the game, guys. Enjoy.
Okay, good. Thanks for sharing with us. Yep, we appreciate it.
Oh, Benware's such a good guy.
He's all business, isn't
He
he?
is. He's
All
And-
business.
Wow.
Right, Cam's second of the
Hits
game.
himself
He's
in
going to
the
want
head
both of those
with
back.
the bat.
and again, and we're going to say this again: is Cam and Cole came in expecting to be their number 1 and number 2 hitters, and Keaton has shined. You know, the Rockies.
Is it the headband?
What is the headband made of? Is that
I mean,
t-shirt
it's
material to it?
probably the
or is that
headband.
toilet
He
paper?
watched Cobra Kai last weekend. You know, he was all into the Mr. Miyagi stuff. So
Correct. I believe he brought a packet of jelly beans to go with that headband. As true Mr. Miyagi fashion.
So that puts Cam back on the mound. I don't know what. I mean, it was like bottom 4 or something.
And it's at least a 6-5, 7-run game, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Rockies
We'll ask
are
BK.
hitting well.
You know the score in the inning?
It is bottom 4. I'd say we're up like 11-5.
So it's a
You guys-
6-run
You
game.
guys had at least. I know you had 12, I think. So
That was a guess.
okay. So we'll say probably about 12-5, 12-5, bottom 4. We'll just end from there.
And the Rockies have a chance to add to the lead here, which is dangerous with a team like them, because they can do it.
Yeah, and you're right, because the bottom, and their home team, so they'll have a chance in the bottom 5th if the Astros were to come back. But the way Blake's throwing, it looks like the Astros need a little miracle here.
key. Can I pay that key?
So that was not English.
No, that was Rocky language.
From Burrito. Is he speaking Klingon?
The Rockies have their own language that they just converse with, I suppose. And maybe they learned it before this year, because I didn't understand that.
Now, do we think that Blake's girlfriend is watching right now or not?
Question.
Do we
I
think,
can't answer that one.
I don't know.
Blake,
either.
is your girlfriend watching the live stream?
Maybe. She's
might
been
be.
asking about the live streams, and I finally texted her, hey, we're live streaming.
Would you like to give her a shout out or
Oh,
say
actually,
anything?
I think she did text me back, so shout out to her. I think she's watching.
Well, in her defense, if she was watching an hour ago when this game started, she got bored with 3 of us and she turned it off. Not your fault, Germer's fault.
That's fair.
Not.
What I can say, from what I can see, I don't know, it shows that we have,
Oh, hi Spencer Bogad.
we have Spencer in the room and me.
Oh, okay. So,
we're
no one
speaking
is
directly
watching.
to Spencer, I believe.
Okay.
Spencer, you know, come on back. Although
play him
I'm
in, like,
glad,
a couple hours.
I'm glad we're gonna miss Spencer tonight because
He's not coming?
nope, he is gone until tomorrow.
Are you glad that we're missing him because he's a good player, or are you glad that we're missing him because you do not like him?
Yes.
No, just everything.
Okay, so both. Okay.
He hits me. He seems to hit me very well.
And
I
he hits
don't
everyone
like that.
really well is a problem.
That's true. He's hard to pitch to too. It's not fair with some of these guys.
He's
Freaking.
not coming to this game against the Expos.
He has a family reunion that he missed. So they played 7 a.m. tomorrow or yesterday, and the 8:15 game is Blake goes yard.
That's another
and
one.
that
from
carries
Blake,
toward the
like
bucket.
I said. So, but and not to look past this game that clearly appears to be over, but now you're talking Expos Twins. I'm moving the subject here. No Spencer Bogut. That's a big loss for the Twins.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. So they throw. You assume they throw Edlow as their number 2.
Edlow's the only Twin I've ever hit in my entire life.
Will Rath is there too.
Is he here? I thought he was only coming on.
He was here earlier.
I've not seen the beard yet, so.
But it's going to be tough. I don't know if they'll throw Will or
a good
Edlow
pitcher.
against us. Yeah. Yeah, it should be interesting, but it's nice, unfortunately, for Spencer, but it's nice for us.
I hope that Spencer's enjoying the family reunion. Sit back, relax, don't show up.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Put your feet up. That's a bunt. That is a clear bunt, and he is out.
Oh, very close play.
Just check swing, pushes it down the line, and Cam gets there right.
Are you guys
time.
ordering something?
Yeah, Jimmy John.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm like full from the beer and sweating.
Crossings earlier. 40. Jalapeno and Mr. Patterson. Ooh, with that rookie power.
Nice catch there from Cole.
So they got a couple of them.
Wow.
You know that. Blake drove in how many? At least 2. So it probably takes what we think was a 7-run lead to a 9-run lead going into the bottom of the last here.
Do we break the news
And we're
to
making the
him
scores up as we
that
go.
his girlfriend is not watching? It makes you wonder if she really likes him or not.
No, she just hates us.
Oh, okay.
She probably tuned in at the beginning and was like, I don't want to listen to these guys. I'm going to turn it off. She could have muted it.
That she could have. But that would have required her to actually like Blake. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows? Who knows there? So, but you're right. I think that puts them up about 9. And that's a tough ask, especially for an away team because top 5, so the Rockies still have another at bat if needed.
Yeah. Yeah. 15-7, I heard.
That's within striking range.
Yeah, 15-7, so down 8. That's not bad. And the away team can only tie the game in the top 5.
Now, can I point this out to you guys?
No. Yes.
Blake has let up only 7 runs through 4. Why do I think he'll let up 8 in 1 inning?
It would be surprising to say.
That's the whole point of the question.
Exactly.
He's shown really well, painting corners, dealing with the wind, impeccably savvy.
True, he's been using the wind to his advantage. His pitches just had that big hook like that, and it sits in on the righties. And you gotta assume, we saw Breida the first game, although we didn't hit him great. You assume we hit Blake next. They throw Blake against us.
Are we playing them tonight?
I think we play
The Twins and the Rockies.
Historically, the
In reverse order.
Expos
That's a
have
good hit
played
there.
very well.
He does not need to go 2 because they need a lot of runs. And taking them out aggressively would be silly.
Yeah, no need to stretch it. Get guys on and get your game MVP, day MVP, Keaton Adams back up.
I'm going to go ahead and call Babe Ruth for him. I'm calling home run on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like
It's a easy. I'm playing the odds. I'm playing the odds here.
Absolutely.
Seems to be putting a lot of pressure on him because he can probably hear you now. Do you guys think Keaton surfs at all with the hairdo that he rocks?
If he doesn't, he should.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's 3-0, by the way. Maybe 4-0.
That's a big pack.
I think a lot of guys in this league sit back and take that as the first strike out, and
Wow, Keaton.
so you guys owe me $100 each.
And Keaton just demolishes. He's on fire. So I think that puts them down 6 now.
They have one already this inning?
That was a 2-run.
Okay.
And it was 15-7.
So now it's 15-9.
So they're down 6.
Well, I believe Benware's got a couple of jacks this game.
Yeah,
Should have dropped the bat and didn't do it.
put
Not very
himself in and hit a few bombs.
That time he did drop the bat.
He swung. Yeah,
And
he
he
ducked
swung.
and he swung. You don't see that very often.
I was dropping too.
Oh, good cut there from Benware. Fights that one off on the inside. Slider there from Blake. Sir, I think that's the only pitch that Blake can throw. There it
An
is
effective
again.
one there,
It
Matt.
Fights it off. The Astros are trying to figure out how much they're down by, but none of them are mathematicians. Oh, and Blake surcays him. Big out there from Blake. They're down to their last out. Cam with 2 looking strikeouts already. And that is blurred. We just blurred that.
Video of, it's hard to see on the GPS iPhone, but
Oh,
Derby.
I was watching it live, so I didn't.
He just texted us that video.
Cam seems to. Oh, what a rip! Big home run.
FaceTiming me.
Yeah, I remember.
And after a while, he's like, "Hey, can you go to the Twitter feed?" He like wanted his phone back.
This is the
All right,
man
dude,
who got it started.
So Cam shows up there in the 5th. He's had a rough game against Blake so far, but he extends the game to Cole, and I think they're down 5 now.
I'll ask the tough question. If he had been hitting like that earlier in the game, is this a tighter game?
Yes, if he was hitting home runs earlier, it would be a closer game because those home runs would have counted as runs earlier.
It's a very logical answer.
Yes,
I
that is
agree.
correct.
Yeah.
Well,
moving on.
big gulps, huh?
All right.
So it looks like Cole may be sporting a bandage on his pinky finger. Have we noticed that at all? Do we have an injury report? Yes, it looks like he may have a upper body injury on his pinky. And Keaton comes up again with a chance to go down 3.
So what are on his socks?
I think those are
And he hits a PK, and they
socks.
get Keaton out to end the game.
Wow, what a match.
It only took 1 hour and 74 minutes. But
And folks, it is now Monday, September 7th.
So the Rockies pull it off. I think they are now 5-2. Or
And they may have sealed
Or
their
5-3.
playoff bid.
And they knocked the Astros down, so I think that's their 6th loss, if I'm correct. So either way, that is all we had, and we will talk to you guys
We
later.
will need to get a post-game interview quickly with Jeremy, the losing pitcher. Jeremy, what do you have to say for yourself?
About what?
Just the overall performance out there. Do you think the Benware error that allowed 9 earned runs cost you guys? And Jeremy's taking the high road.
so we are live
And
through
there you
our
have it.
family-friendly
He says
Facebook
Poopy
feed.
pitching performance.
So it's all right. I think Spencer Bogat's the only one watching.
Yes, Spencer is the only one watching.
What's up, Spencer?
Yeah, Spencer.
Jeremy's taking the high road there.
Thanks for watching, Spencer.
Thanks for watching, Spencer Bogad. We will see you tomorrow night.
How's that not family?